All right, Tori, thanks very much. Time now for another COVID-19 information segment with our Fox 10 News investigative reporter, Brendan Kirby. And tonight, Brendan, some people want to know how we can be sure when it's safe to go out in public if you've tested positive for coronavirus.
Well, Byron, I don't know if we can know for certain with any precision, and the reason is that the experts keep revising their recommendations. Early in the outbreak, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommended a 10-day quarantine for people who had the coronavirus. Later, the agency revised that to 7 days, and now this week, the CDC is again saying 10 days. Mobile County epidemiologist Randy Murphy said today that's based on unpublished research regarding viral shedding by people who have tested positive but haven't developed symptoms. If you have had symptoms, the CDC says to remain isolated until the following conditions have been met. It's been at least 3 days since you've recovered, and it's been at least 10 days since your symptoms first appeared. And finally, if you're not already confused, the CDC has separate guidelines for people who have been exposed to the disease but don't have a confirmation that they've contracted it. In those cases, CDC recommends a 14-day period of isolation, and that's because of the time it can take before the illness can result in infection. And even now, Byron, the CDC says that it can't guarantee those guidelines will prevent secondary spread of the virus.
Yeah, that's the thing. No one seems to be able to get a handle on this thing. All right, we do have a little encouraging news about the prospect of warmer weather to inhibit the virus. And if there's one thing we know here in Mobile, it is heat and humidity.
Oh, that's right, Byron. And this comes from a study by 6 scientists in China. Now, it hasn't been peer-reviewed, but it does add to the growing body of evidence that the virus doesn't do that well in heat and humidity. The Chinese study looked at more than 1,200 confirmed cases from January 4th to February 11th. They were part of 318 separate outbreaks, and here's what they found. 53.8% involved 3 confirmed cases, 26.4% of the outbreaks involved 4 confirmed cases, and 1.6% involved 10 or more of the confirmed cases. Most of the outbreaks occurred inside homes, 79.7%, and another 34% involved transportation. Note, that doesn't add up to 100% because of overlap. Some outbreaks involve more than one setting. But here's the big takeaway. Only one of the outbreaks took place in an outdoor environment, and that involved 2 cases. The researchers concluded that sharing indoor spaces is a major infection risk for COVID-19. Meanwhile, enjoying the sunshine outdoors just might be the safest place to be.
Better take the golf clubs out of the corner. Brendan Kirby, thanks so much. Brendan will be back on Fox 10 News at 9 to talk more about research into coronavirus. And if you have a question for Brendan, you can email it to him directly at brendan.kirby@fox10tv.com. He's going to try and answer each question that he can get to.